live. So let's do the clap. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Hunters Hub. This is your host Fortuan, and Ace almost missed the clap there. I was very worried.
Oh no, I was listening.
I know. I was concerned. You guys you looked like you're on your phone. I was like, did I say this to her? Hello?
No, just got the laptop. Oh yeah, by the way, look at all my stickers.
I see it. The first one I saw was Black Lives Matter, but I do love the Devil Joe one and the Namielle. Mm-hmm. Is that Namielle? Yeah.
Yep. It's one of the official Capcom ones. So,
Monster Hunter guessing game that we did last week, right? Namielle came up. We talked about Sasha. You remember the one that looks like it was underwater? It's got the streamers of lights and stuff.
Yep.
So my friend Max, who helped inspire that whole concept, was talking to me yesterday on Discord about he wants a tattoo of this dragon that he has never faced in the game. He just likes it on its design alone, and he wants a tattoo of it.
It's a great dragon. I was actually considering getting a big piece for my next tattoo of it, and having it be with the style of the wave, the famous painting.
Yes,
with like a hunter facing towards it.
The Japanese watercolor waves. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that'll be hella expensive though. So I have not gotten it yet, and I have not gotten a render.
Let's continue the tattoo talk in a second. So, welcome Ace, welcome Sasha, Hunters Hub. We're a video game podcast born in the Monster Hunter community, and we are doing our Guess the Game number 11 tonight. It's again a head-on-head. We had a guest, but family issues came up again, so we've been having trouble getting a third on, and then Morg's been gone for a while, but he'll be back. So tonight we're going to do another head-on-head. Ace has to defend the belt against Sasha, I believe, right? Ace, you took it last time, barely.
I think he did. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
So Sasha has a chance to get it back tonight. But back to the tattoo talk. So back when I was married, my ex-wife always wanted to get a tattoo, and she always said that I wanted, and she loved, the designs of the Monster Hunter monsters and stuff, but she never wanted to get something like that. She was like, I want to get a butterfly or like a star, something cutesy or whatever. And she's like, but you have to get a tattoo with me. And I was like, the only tattoo I am ever getting is a full chest tattoo of Diablo's. Just its head, horns, and everything. Just full chest tattoo. And she was like, that's ridiculous. It's so tacky. And I was like, exactly. And that's why I will never get a tattoo. And
my husband wanted a Dark Souls tattoo really badly. And I had suggested to him getting the bonfire with like the sword.
Oh, yeah.
On his chest, like down his sternum. And he did. He said it was extremely painful. That's really cool looking.
Okay. Kudos to him.
See, I've just...
my
brain is just a black hole.
Yeah.
See, my brain is just a black hole of stupidity. Because when you said Dark Souls, my brain instantly went to, he should get You Died from Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But not only that, he should get You Died on each butt cheek. And then do the videos that people do where they run at the camera and then jump backwards and land on the camera with their ass. This is how this is how stupid I've become.
A trip into Ace's mind tonight. Okay.
No, this is
I don't know if that's just like
ice cream.
Yes.
I don't know if that's just undiagnosed ADHD or what, but that's where my brain went.
Dang.
I think the coffee ice cream is caffeinated because you've been pretty energetic since you joined the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're normally like a good medium level. Today you're like a little higher.
7?
Yeah.
But you're like a 10 right
honestly,
now.
it's probably just the sugar.
I mean,
because I had
this is my first Mountain Dew in like 6 months, so I'm probably going to be there too. So
it was ice cream and 3 churros, so I'm probably on a sugar high, and by the end of this, I'm just going to be.
By the time we get to Final Jeopardy, I hope.
Yeah, maybe.
Fair enough.
So we're going to do the quiz tonight, and obviously talk about some other things after the quiz, because normally the quiz doesn't even take an hour, especially when it's just the two of you, because we just blow through it. So without further ado, for the audience, we are doing, and yeah, I know I got really bright, but I can't help it. My spreadsheet is in white with black text. For review, we are doing the years 1988, 1992, 1999, 2005, and 2014. I will say for the first time tonight, 1988 is a first year. So we've not done this year. 2014, this is the third time we've done this. In fact, we even did this 2 episodes ago.
I mean, it's a stacked year.
It is. It is. However, I am starting to also run into a different issue, which I'm going to bring up a different spreadsheet of mine to talk a little bit about going forward with this stuff. So doing a little more tracking on years and like how many times we've done it and yada yada. So I have been labeling some things as dying, dead years, as in we have done everything notable in those years. So there's no use going back to those years. I will say right now, the second time doing 1992, I have labeled it as dying. Essentially, whatever games we don't pick are going to be the amount of games. So, like, I'm still going to go through all the games that didn't get picked, but the next time we do 1992, it might just be those games. Like, they're the notable ones left.
So write those down.
We'll have to start going into mobile games, and then we'll have to guess Angry Birds and Flappy Bird and things like that.
Oh, God, no.
Fruit Ninja.
Please, no. Not Fruit. I've told you about Fruit Ninja. Fruit Ninja's way off. That's the one my boss used to play during meetings, and then would...
Well, we could always switch maybe to, like, genre or something.
I'm not... Yeah. We're not in any danger of running out of questions entirely. There's still several years that have a lot of games that we could talk about. I'm just saying, like... There are some earlier years that just don't have as much. So already I have labeled 1985, 86, and 87 as dead. We are never doing those years again. 1988, doing it one time, it is dying. There's basically one more episode that we can do 88, and that's it. 1992, nice. About 1 or 2 maybe of 1992 left. Everything else is good. I'm just giving you guys an update on my mentality for those years, because we could go into super obscure games, but then it would just be like me spouting facts about a game that you guys have never seen, played, or care about. So that's not going to be entertaining for you guys. Or the audience, I would believe. It's just like, hey, here, listen to Fortuan spout facts about a random game that he cares about and or just learned about. So again, 88, 92, 99, 2005, and 2014. And of course, we have the bonus question, which is picked out of those years, but we don't, I won't be revealing that until we get to the Jeopardy. So, Ace, you were first. You were the winner, so you get to choose whether you go first or Sasha goes first tonight. And for the year 1988, game A, B, or C?
I will go with C.
So you're going to go first?
C is for churro.
C is for churro.
Hell yeah.
All right.
It's all connected.
1988, game C, the first question of the night. Ace, you ready for clue 1?
Yes.
All right. This side-scrolling beat-em-up started on arcades, but later became a pack-in with the Sega Genesis. Ooh. Sasha had an interesting expression on that one.
Side-scrolling Can you read that again?
Yeah. This side-scrolling beat-em-up started on arcades, but later became a pack-in with the Sega Genesis. So to explain to the audience, Discord now has this thing where we can put emojis on the screen, and Sasha did the look emoji. The eyes, or whatever you want to call it.
Can I get a second hint?
Yes. So clue number 2. You You are a chosen hero of Zeus in ancient Greece, tasked with saving Athena from the ruler of the underworld, Neph.
I don't think I have any clue on this.
If you played it, that would have been a dead giveaway, but obviously not.
I guess I'll take a third hint in hopes that it'll maybe give me a clue as to what the name is.
Okay, third clue. While the hero is a well-muscled man, his powers alter his form into I had trouble writing this one. Alter his form into that of a were-dragon, wolf, bear, tiger, or golden werewolf, each with their own abilities. In later versions, a shark, lion, and phoenix were added.
No clue. I don't know. Something Olympus.
That is not correct. Something Olympus is not the answer. Sasha, can you steal for 1 point?
Altered Beast.
Yes, Altered Beast for 1 point to Sasha.
Fair enough.
All right. I did say alter in the last clue, but I didn't put Beast.
So. Again, not an 88. Not an 80s kid.
This is when I was born, so I didn't play a lot of games at the age of 0. So
yeah.
1990 is where I started playing games.
I
feel like you more or less...
I mean, I've played Altered Beast as well.
360 port. I didn't play it back in the day.
Well, the pack-in with the Genesis, I don't think happened in 88. It started as an arcade game in 88. Is where
I was going to say, I feel like in most cases, a lot of gamers start playing the systems from the decade they were born in.
No, fair enough.
Usually when they come of age, those are cheaper than what's currently available.
Yeah, I mean, I started with an NES. No, I started on PC gaming-wise. When I was 4, I got an NES. When I was 5, I got a SNES. And then when I was 10, I got an N64. So, console gaming, I've been Nintendo throughout, as well as PlayStation. But I started on PC at the age of 2. So MS-DOS was my first quote-unquote gaming platform.
Right.
So, all right. So, Sasha, you have game A or B to choose from.
Guess I'll take A.
Okay. Game A, clue 1. This isometric racing game boasted 32 courses despite only really having 24. The remaining courses were just rearranged with different pickups from other tracks.
And the second clue?
Okay. I mean, it's gonna be a general one on the first one. Okay. So, oh my gosh, that's a weird typo. All right, I gotta fix that. I will read it with the typo and then fix it, just because it's funny. So, the music was composed by Dad Wise. What I meant to say was David Wise, who's been known for many other video game soundtracks, such as the Donkey Kong Country series.
And the third clue.
All right. Developed by Rare, yes, they currently owned by Microsoft Studio. This game put them on the map and solidified them with a close working relationship with Nintendo for years to come. So this is their breakout game.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna just guess something so I can send it over to Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Cruising USA.
You know what? That's not a bad guess. That would not be a bad guess, but that is not right. Ace, can you steal for 1 point?
What was the first clue again?
This isometric racing game boasted 32 courses despite only really having 24. The remaining courses were just rearranged with different pickups from other tracks.
All right. And you said it was with Microsoft in the third or second question?
Music was composed by David Wise, who's been known for other video game soundtracks such as the Donkey Kong Country series. And then the third one is developed by Rare, yes, the currently owned by Microsoft studio. This game put them on the map and solidified a close working relationship with Nintendo for years to come.
I got no clue, so I'm gonna guess Forza 88.
I am sorry. That was a great answer. It's not that, but Forza 88. Oh my gosh, that would be. They'd do that though. That'd be like a Forza was back then. They'd totally do that. No. Yeah. It's called RC Pro Am. It was a racing game which you controlled RC cars. And yeah, made by a Rare studio. Now, I don't think it's their first game, but it's their first hit. It actually sold super well on the NES and got them like this with Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember there was some Lego game site back in the day that had a PC game where you were controlling like a Lego RC car inside like a Lego toy store or something like that.
Okay. I mean, Lego Racers was big when I was a kid, and you built your own car and stuff. You could build your car however it looked like. It always just raced the same. Like, it had no aerodynamics or anything. Like, you could just build like a square, and it'd be just as fast as anything else.
Just build a Lego brick.
Right. You could do like, because it had to have like the chassis with the wheels on it, and then like the seat for the driver. But that was it. That's all you had to have.
Oh no.
So, Sasha, you're leading out 1992. We're skipping the third game because we don't have a third contestant, and we'll go back and see if you guys can guess those games for fun later on. But Sasha, game A, B, or C for year 1992?
C.
Okay. Game C, 1992. The third installment of this wildly popular Nintendo series returned to top-down perspective after experimenting with a 2D platforming point of view.
The second clue.
All right. The series would go on to feature many mechanics in later games that would mirror this one's light and dark world, such as messing with time or even a state of being like a wolf or human form.
And the third clue.
While there are many themes and songs that are iconic to the Legend of Zelda, most of them stem from this SNES title's soundtrack and are still recognized and used in later games to this day.
Third installment of a Nintendo game that I've probably not done any of them. I don't know.
Would you like me to reread any clues?
The second one.
All right. Clue. This series would go on to feature many mechanics in later games that would mirror this one's light and dark world, such as messing with time or even state of being, like being a wolf or a human form.
Light and dark world. I don't know. Castlevania 3?
Okay. That is not Castlevania 3. Ace, do you have a guess for 1 point?
Can I get the clues again?
Castlevania's Konami. Sorry, which clue?
Can I get all of them?
Yeah. The third installment of this wildly popular Nintendo series returned to a top-down perspective after experimenting with a 2D platforming point of view. Clue number 2. The series would go on to feature many mechanics in later games that would mirror this one's light and dark world, such as messing with time or even a state of being like a wolf in a human form. And then the third one is, while there are many themes and songs that are iconic to The Legend of Zelda, most of them stem from this NES title soundtrack and are still recognized and used in later games today.
I'll be mad if this isn't a Zelda game based off that last clue. Is this Link to the Past?
Yes, this is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yay!
Ace for 1 point.
Unga bunga.
You just had to pick the Zelda one, Sasha.
You put it in C.
I randomized
did.
them. I randomized them.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw that happened and I was like, oh boy.
Sasha's gonna be pissed.
Yep. All right, Ace, game A or B?
B.
B, all right. Clue 1 for game B, 1992. It was the start of not just a popular Nintendo series, but also a whole new genre of racing games.
Can you read that again?
Okay. It was the start of a not just a popular Nintendo series, but also a whole new genre of racing games.
Is this Super Mario Kart?
Yes, this is Super Mario Kart for 3 points. All right, that's the first one we're going to have to come back and read clues to. All right, Ace, you are the first pick on 1999. Game A, B, or C?
A.
A. All right.
We'll do A.
A. Morg's not here. We can't make fun of Canadian stuff. That's not fair.
Sure,
All right.
again. I like the whole bit in the one Family Guy Christmas special where after Brian and Stewie get into an accident, they're talking to a Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Oh, it looks like you need A."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, AAA. Yeah, yeah. I had that for a long time. Boy, did I need it. Okay, so 1999, game A, clue 1. In a game with multiple endings, in this case, good and bad ones, there is also a joke ending which involves abducting the main character instead of resolving any plot.
I think I'll go for a second hint.
Okay. Clue 2. In a time of hardware limitations, Team Silent found a perfect way to use those boundaries to enhance their game. They obscured the short draw distance of the PS1 by using fog, which enhanced the creepy atmosphere. Loving the faces by both contestants today.
I'll take a chance. Is this a Silent Hill game? Silent Hill?
Silent Hill is correct for 2 points.
Yeah.
All right.
I was thinking Resident Evil, but then I'm like, I also have
fog. But the fog.
yeah.
Yeah, the fog.
The fog is like notorious in the series, especially if you like watch the movies.
All right, game B or C, Sasha.
C.
All right. All right, so game C, clue 1. Starting with generic characters, Sony liked the idea so much that they greenlighted making their star platforming mascot a racing star.
Mm. Crash Team Racing.
That is correct for 3 points.
Ooh. Okay. I, I was thinking it might be that. Because I was like,
I could
I don't
see
think
her.
Sly Cooper is in racing.
I could see her just weighing the options. If I get this wrong, how far behind am I? Like,
Yeah, that is what was happening. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I think I know this, but I don't want to swing for the fences.
all right.
I was like, as far as I know, that's the only PlayStation mascot that is in a racing game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had PlayStation All Stars, but from what I understand, that didn't do very well.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah,
They
it's
took
newer.
like all their mascots and it was essentially like Smash.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a newer game. Okay. So, we're moving on to 2005. Sasha, it is your turn to go first. Game A, B, or C?
C.
Okay. So 2005, Game C, Clue 1. While many MMOs have tried to dethrone the king, WoW, this series debuted only a year after and still has expansions to this year.
MMO that came out after WoW. The second clue.
All right. Clue 2. In contention with many other pay models, this was always a full-price box for the game with a 0 subscription fee. Having it survive this long could have been a testament to the quality with no continuous revenue.
Man, I bet you people who really love this game are yelling at me right now. Oh man, I don't know. I'll take the third clue just so that when I send it over to Ace, he only gets 1 point.
All right, third clue. Characters can only reach a max level of 20, which hasn't changed with any expansion, but instead focus on gear and stat progression post maxing out levels. The guild system of forming one of oh gosh, I wrote this poorly. All right, the guild system of forming a PvP or PvE competitions among guilds has always been the focus, rather than a sprawling story like that of WoW.
Is this? I feel like this is that Final Fantasy MMO, isn't it? I don't know. Final Fantasy X?
It is not correct. Ace, do you have a steal for 1 point?
No. I got no clue.
Say name. Throw it out there.
What was the first hint again?
While many MMOs have tried to dethrone the king of World of Warcraft, this series is debuted only a year after and has had an expansion this very year.
All right, instead of WoW, I'm gonna go with Neat.
Okay. No, that is not the answer. The answer is called Guild Wars.
Oh yeah, no. Nope.
All right. Ace. Game A or B?
B.
Okay. 2005, Game B, Clue 1. Based on a fictional kingdom, which is also based in Chinese history and mythology, this game set the stage for this now EA-owned developer's first original IP. Second clue?
Yeah.
Okay. While BioWare is currently owned by EA, it did have a history of independence. Microsoft for a time had a deal going on which started with this title being exclusive to Xbox.
Hey Sasha, do you know what it is? Just kidding. I'll go for hint 3.
Okay. Playing as a powerful martial artist, a spirit monk, the main character would not only be able to fight their enemies, but also interact with other NPCs using a morality system to many other BioWare games in the past and later today. In games later today. Sorry.
I'm gonna say I have no clue.
Okay, Sasha, do you have a guess for 1 point?
No. I also don't have a guess. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, no points on this one. It's called Jade Empire.
Neat.
I feel like I've heard of that game, but
Yeah, it was BioWare's first original IP, and when they were still independent, and they had a deal with Xbox, and it started with this, and went on to the first Mass Effect was the second part of that deal, being their own original IP, but it was published by Microsoft, but they were still independent. So, alrighty, so no points for that one. 2014.
Oops.
Our final year, Ace, game A, B, or C?
I'll go with A.
Okay. 2014, game A, Clue 1. With the community upset with the director of the base game, Jay Wilson, Blizzard decided to elevate Josh Mosquera to the director after successfully launching the console version, and now had him head up the awaited expansion.
Can I get a second hint?
Yeah. This expansion made several improvements to the base game, most of which was removing the real money auction house and adding the new hero, the Crusader. Another one where Sasha looks like she knows the answer.
I'll go for third clue.
Okay. Mathael, once the Archangel of Wisdom, has become the Angel of Death. Now, with the Prime Evils and the Black Soulstone in his possession, can the heroes and Tyrael stop the Reaper from stealing all of Sanctuary's souls? There's a lot of name dropping.
No, I don't have a clue.
Okay. Don't want to take a stab. Just going to hand it over.
I don't know.
I get that you don't know, but do you just want to leave it at that, or do you want to take a guess?
I wouldn't even know what words to say.
Okay. Sasha, do you have a steal for 1 point?
yes. I'm surprised it's taken this long for this game to make it Diablo 3.
Uh-oh.
It's an
Is it
expansion.
not?
It is. Yeah, I'll give it to her. It is Diablo 3. It's Reaper of Souls. The
Reaper of Souls?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'll give it to you. I'll. That's a tough one, but yeah. Because it is a distinction from the base game and the expansion, but fine. I'll be nice.
Sasha's gonna jump through the screen and strangle you.
Now, I knew you guys would have no idea based on the game directors of Jay Wilson and Josh Mosquera, but
I would have swung for 3 on that one.
Okay. All right.
Swung for 3. Sounds like we're playing Magic the Gathering right there.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. All right.
A lot
So,
of people, when they attack, they say, "I'll swing for blah blah blah."
however many they're attacking for, yeah. All right, Sasha. Um, you have game B or C for 2014.
I'll take C.
All right. First clue for game C, 2014. In a bold move, Nintendo announced the project before even asking the lead developer and his company if they were to make another entry in the series. They did say yes, but only after finishing their current project, which started development almost a full year after this announcement.
The second clue.
Okay. While many fighting games have unique features, this Wii U and 3DS titles was one of the few fighting games to be able to cross-platform play between two different hardware systems.
Super Smash Brothers for 3DS and Wii U.
That is correct. It's called Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. That is 2 points for Sasha. Did I skip a year? I think I did. Hold on.
Skip a year.
Record keeping problem. Yeah, because no one got the 2005 year. I just didn't write those down in my score totals. So
Did Sasha pull ahead of me in points? I feel like she pulled ahead of me in points.
No, I think we're barely 1 point ahead.
Yeah. So we are at the Jeopardy question. Ace, you are sitting at 6 points. Sasha, you are sitting at 7. All right. So let me fix this clerical error on my end. And all right, we are good. So the Jeopardy question, the question to win it all. Ace with 6 points, you are able to bet 6 points. Sasha with 7, you are able to bet 7. The year is 1999.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, I roll.
All right.
I'm telling you, I roll these things.
So it's going to be a Nintendo question.
We'll see. Okay.
He's like, you're already defending yourself.
Well, I was defending myself on the fact it being one of the earlier years that you guys hate, but okay. All right, so you're ready for the question, and then once you guys are, so I'll explain to the audience. I'll talk a little bit while they're writing down their answers, and then showing them to me when they're both done. Just raise your hand when you're done, or give me a thumbs up, and we'll go from there. So the question, the single question.
The funnier response to her retort there would have been to just ham it up and be like, "What? No."
And then start reading
I don't want to mislead in any way. So no, I am just taking the flat answer and being truthful. All right.
I know.
So
I'm just saying it would have been funny.
Here is the clue. Steven Spielberg funded DreamWorks Interactive, who made this World War II game after his work on Saving Private Ryan. Using the same advisors and help from others, they not only greenlit the game, but also received endorsements from the Congressional Medal of Honor Society, who initially criticized the game for using such a serious award in a game. However, they changed their mind after having been shown the demo and applauded the project. So, Sasha has already given me a thumbs up. So, while Ace is thinking of an answer, unless you need me to repeat it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Steven Spielberg funded DreamWorks Interactive, who made this World War II game after his work on Saving Private Ryan. Using some of the same advisors and help from others, they not only greenlit the game, but also received endorsements from the Congressional Medal of Honor Society, who initially had criticized Spielberg, I'll say, for clarity, for using such a serious award in a video game. However, they changed their mind after being showed at a demo and applauded the project. So, Ace is thinking of an answer. And so we'll keep on going. So between us talking last week, I have now completely finished Mass Effect 3. And I talked to Sasha before the show, and I think we're going to be doing an extra episode for Bickering Bucks where we're going to have me, Brian, and Sasha talk about Mass Effect Trilogy. Because I feel, at least me personally, that you can't talk about any of the Mass Effects without talking about the other two. And I'm dead serious.
And now I don't have to like not spoil things for you.
Sure, yeah. And after I finish Bayonetta 1, 2, and 3, which won't be too long, probably on at most a month, I would say. I will be going into Andromeda as well. However, Brian has not finished Andromeda, so I will be you will be the first. I got it. I'm just finishing the sentence.
I know.
You are the only person I have heard of who has finished Andromeda, and I will be the second. So, alrighty. So, show us your answers. That is correct for both of you. Full points. So, Ace, you are at 12 points, and Sasha is at 14. Sasha has taken
Double Jeopardy.
Back.
Double Jeopardy.
I don't have another question prepared, and that's not fair. Okay. So, most of the ones we heard were all the way down to clue 3. So, there are a few that we got early. So, Super Mario Kart, I think, is the first one that we got early, and it was on clue 1. So, clue 2 for Super Mario Kart was featuring power-ups, coins to go faster, and obstacles. I did not finish this sentence. That's it.
Oh, that would have been enough of a clue, I think.
Yeah. It just says this, and there's nothing else after it. All right. Well, I'm glad we didn't get
to the bathroom quick.
Sure. Third clue is the racers to choose from were Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Yoshi, Bowser, Donkey Kong Jr., Koopa Troopa, and Toad. All right.
Well, if you didn't know it by then.
Yeah. So Silent Hill was grabbed on clue 2. I should have left out Team Silent. I should have left that. I didn't realize that till I was reading it.
The fog would have given it away.
Well, I assume the fog was the meat of the clue, but I was like, Team Silent's a little on the nose. That's like a clue 3. That's like a clue 3 move.
Yeah.
So, third clue was this this horror survival series has gone to make several sequels. However, they are locked behind Konami, who still makes very few video games these days. Its legacy lives on with both Pyramid Head and a movie adaptation. So Pyramid Head being the big clue for 3, and also Konami.
I don't know what your fog situation is like in Ohio, but in Michigan, all through fall and into like early winter, it's Silent Hill memes almost every single day. Because of the fog.
In Dayton, it was pretty bad, especially in the mornings. Obviously, because fog's a morning thing. But here, where I'm at, I'm on a hill, so the valley has fog. But I'm not. I don't see a lot of fog unless we leave to go to a customer or something. But I assume in the rest of the area, because Chillicothe especially is in a basin between a bunch of hills, and yeah, there's a lot of fog. Anytime you're in a basin between a lot of hills, you're going to get fog. So when we were walking Thursday, there was a lot of fog on the track. So it was actually the first.
So you're in Silent Hill.
I'm in Silent Hill.
She's in Silent Hill. I'm not. I live out in the country. I'm like Silent Hill, like redneck edition. That's where I'm at, because it's just trees
So,
and deer and farmers.
oh, so you're in Deliverance then?
Deliverance has a river. You have to go to
Yeah.
Chillicothe for the river. Okay. So
Just accept my reference.
Crash Team Racing was a t was got on Clue 1, and I would say, yeah, Sony mascot, that was kind of the big clue. But the interesting fact of that clue was the fact that the game started out with Naughty Dog just making literally like white blocks for characters, and then taking it to Sony, and Sony was like, yes. Like, all right. So the second clue for Team Racing was, as with many kart racers, power-ups, boosts, and items made for a wacky racing time. And then the third clue is, Naughty Dog decided it was time to put their mascot Crash in a cart and have him race with his friends, Coco, Neo Cortex, okay, Frenemy, Pura, Tiny Tiger, and Dingo Dial among them. It's not a complete list, but that is some iconic characters from the Crash series. Bu- 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 bu. We did all of Guild Wars. We did all of Diablo 3. Smash Bros. Wii U was got on the second clue. So the third clue, which, Sasha, I don't think this third clue would have helped you too much, but a lot of people who are Nintendo fans would have known this right off the bat. Very few moments in E3 and other gaming events reached the booming roars as to when Capcom's Mega Man was announced as a fighter. That is often cited as the most hype moment in video game history. Because if you've seen the videos for it, the sound peaks on every camera that was near that auditorium. Like, it is
What?
insane.
You mean the one where they did the Wii U instruments one didn't captivate everyone and blow their minds?
No. We're talking Mega Man being revealed for Smash U. Like, that was an insane moment. And I'm sure anyone who was watching or knew of it at the time would agree. Like, it was insane. So now we get to see if you guys can beat your score on the games that were not picked. So we're a little more lax on this one. I generally let you guys have a guess per clue just because it's for fun. So 1998, not 98, 88. The game that was not picked is game B. So we'll start with the first clue. In order to clean up the ruins of the and reestablish the city of Flan, to its former glory, they must restore the town and defeat the evil Tyranthraxus, the Flamed One, a possessed ancient dragon.
Dragon Warrior 3.
It's a good guess, but no.
I think the second clue.
Yeah. While many fantasy RPGs existed at this time, this gold box title was the first official Dungeons & Dragons video game adaptation.
It's gonna just be Dungeons and Dragons and something.
It is not, actually. I will give you that, because we're just for fun. It is Dungeons & Dragons is not in the title.
Maybe a third clue will help me.
Okay.
Slash us.
Developed by SSI, the same company to own the D&D license at the time, it featured a full 6-person party, which each character could be customized, created, and that could be ported to future SSI games for the player to play.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have got this either, honestly.
And it doesn't have Dungeons and Dragons in the title.
It does not.
Or Dragon Warrior 3.
Dragon Warrior is a very different series. I think that is an Enix title at the time.
I don't know.
I cannot believe I have not finished this Mountain Dew this whole time.
Sasha, do you know classes that you can be in Dungeons and Dragons?
I can tell you.
Bard.
I can tell you
I
at this
it'll be
time,
called Bard.
88. You're looking at second edition of D&D, so you're looking at stuff like you're not in the days of where dwarf is a class. So back in the first edition of D&D, if you were an elf or a dwarf, that was it. They didn't have classes. You were just your race.
Okay.
But humans had the classes of like paladin, cleric, thief, and whatnot. And this day, this is when we had thief. We didn't yet have the rogue. So like rogues are a thing in RPGs now. Rogue wasn't invented yet. They were still thieves. Second edition
Gauntlet.
D&D. Gauntlet is a good guess,
my
but
guess.
it's a very good guess, but no. Because it's a very fantasy title. I was going to tell you guys, because I don't think you're going to get it.
Necromancer.
Cool. Necromancer is not it. It's called Pool of Radiance.
Pool of Radiance?
Pool of
Shut
Radiance.
you down.
Sorry.
I mean, for one. All
right.
Yes.
So no points on that one. Okay. So 92 game A was not picked. So originally during develop, the main character was a stand-in model to later be replaced with a more sophisticated design. However, during the development, the team fell in love with a simple design and decided to keep it.
What was the year again?
92.
92?
I don't know.
I was 4.
I think a second clue would help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
HAL Laboratory originally planned to independently publish the games, but with little initial interest, Masahiro Sakurai asked for Nintendo to publish the game, making it a Game Boy hit.
Game Boy.
The other big clues of this are Masahiro Sakurai and HAL Laboratories.
What was the
That
first
doesn't
hint
help.
again?
I understand, Sasha. You're not a Nintendo person. Huh? First clue?
What was the first hint again?
Originally during development, the main character was a stand-in model to later be replaced with a more sophisticated design. However, during development, the team fell in love with a simple design and decided to keep it.
Kirby's Dream Land.
That is correct.
I was going to say,
yeah.
I thought it was Kirby.
Yeah.
Simple design. That's like the most simple design I can think of off the top of my head.
All right. So, 99 game B was not picked. All right. Nintendo debuted this fighting game with an odd commercial featuring the song So Happy Together and Mario, Pikachu, Yoshi, and DK beating the shit out of each other as mascots in a flower field.
Super
Is this Super Smash Bros?
Yes. This is the
Yeah.
I feel
original.
like I
remember
remember
that.
this.
Yes.
I remember that commercial.
Yeah. So happy together.
Yeah, and they're like aren't they just like people in like actual costumes, I think?
Yes,
Weren't
they are.
Yes.
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 They're in. That's why I called them mascots, because they were in mascot suits. All right.
Oh man, memory unlocked.
Yeah. Also, is it safe to say it at this point? Yes. So this was a Masahiro Sakurai quiz because Kirby, Smash Bros, and Smash Bros Wii U, all three, which Sakurai was the head developer for, and very public about it.
Like I said, Sasha's gonna come through that screen and give you what for.
No, we're just gonna have a straight BioWare quiz next time.
Fair enough.
I did have a BioWare game and you didn't get it.
Well, pick one that other people played.
You know what? I can't. So I told you I bought a game before Ace hopped on, and I wouldn't tell you what year. The game that I bought that I wanted to check out was Jade Empire, because I want to see what it was like, because this is the game they did exactly before Mass Effect. So I want to see. They did it right after Knights of the Old Republic and before Mass Effect. So It sounds like people liked it, but I didn't have an Xbox, an original Xbox, so.
They liked it so much they didn't make a sequel.
Well, I mean, you get an idea like that, and then you make Mass Effect, and then you're like, well, why don't you just make another Mass Effect? Like, I mean, I don't blame them for not making another Jade Empire. Like,
But they made Dragon Age, so they keep taking their formula and putting it in different.
fair
So
enough.
all their other ones, they made more than one.
I
except
will
for Jade
say,
Empire.
back to their earliest games, the D&D games they used to do, because they started doing D&D games to begin with. They started with Ice. Was it Baldur's Gate? Yeah. It's not Dark Alliance, but it's
I
the
think
original
so.
Baldur's Gate. You're right. I was going to say it's either Icewind Dale or Baldur's Gate. It's one of the two. But it's Baldur's Gate, I'm pretty sure. You're right. Then they immediately did the Neverwinter Nights series, which I was a huge fan of. And then I played both of those, Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights 2, and all their expansions. And then I dropped off. And right then is when they started making the Star Wars games. And then
And doing their formula, the morality formula.
the morality formula was already in the D&D stuff, because D&D already has a morality system. So they kind of improved on that morality system in Knights of the Old Republic. It's actually really interesting to see how much they were influenced by the D&D games they did, and they took those ideas and made them their own, and I will say better. So like we actually had a problem when we were playing multiplayer together. So I was a paladin. No, my friend was a paladin. I was a fighter, and my other friend was a rogue in Neverwinter Nights, and we were sort of like PC landing together. So the rogue kept stealing from people and murdering people, and because he was part of the party, the paladin lost his paladin levels because we were getting evil points. So you would get points towards evil or good or whatever, and a paladin can't be evil. So the moment he hit a certain point threshold of evil, he lost his levels. Period. He could not. He could no longer cast his spells or anything. He was so mad.
Punished by association.
We waste that whole night of doing that campaign together was wasted for our friend doing that. It was an interesting night, because I've talked about this several times with my family, but I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast, because this happened when I was in college. The reason why that LAN party even started is because my mom kicked me out of the house, and to this day I don't know why. She was just mad at me, and she kicked me out of the house. So I was just like, oof. All right. So I took my PC like any other college kid, my full tower, monitor, keyboard, mouse, everything, and I went to my friend's house to stay for a couple days, and we just played Neverwinter Nights for like 3 days. This was in college. Oh boy, that was a fun one. All right, so we heard where are we at? So we just did Super Smash Bros. So now we are in 2005.
For a second there.
Yeah. It's like kind of freezing.
Thought you both froze because you were pretty still for a moment there.
I'm gonna yell at Chance to get off the anime. Yeah, it's
there you are.
It's freezing up on the stream too. So yeah, it's something on my end. Anyways, so 2005, Clue 1. This is game A that you guys didn't do. Well, what? I transposed 2 words. While many strange controllers have existed, this game encouraged one of the stranger peripherals, bongos.
Oh,
this is like a Donkey Kong game, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You're gonna have to get this one. I don't know.
Ace is on the edge of it. Do you need the second clue?
Donkey Kong Country?
No. We'll go to the second clue. Donkey Kong Country is the SNES title.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Still in the SNES.